Greetings, dear maker of magic. This is the story for our journey through the season with the Magical School of Fiber Arts at the Rose and the Bee. The story will take us into the realm where the wreath that holds the year is made in every home. Once in a season, when the light was thin and the hands longed for making, a seeker asked a grandmother of many lifetimes, "If time is a circling spiral, why do I feel as though I keep passing the same stones and stumbling over them again and again?" The old grandmother of many lifetimes smiled and tapped the wreath on her table. As she tapped on it, the wreath came to life. Evergreen boughs reached out like wishes ready to come true. Pine cones holding forest secrets, slices of dried orange catching the light and keeping the warmth of the sun. Set into the circle were 8 humble candles. "This," she said, "is the wreath that holds the promises of the year ahead. The trouble is not that you will return to the start of the next cycle. The trouble is forgetting who you were the last time you passed this gate." In the timeless realm where the old grandmother of many lifetimes dwells, wreaths sit on tables or hang in doorways where daily life brushes past them. Each part of the wreath stands for something living: work and rest, kin and calling, the body that carries us, the love that nourishes us, the home we keep, the mystery that keeps us. As the dark winter weeks approach, households gather not to rush the night away, but to greet it properly. Children are sent on sacred errands. Bring something from the year that is ending: a movie stub, a shell, a length of yarn from a finished labor of love. The grown ones brought evergreen for endurance, spice for warmth, ribbon for wishes still shy of words. Hands worked, hearts sang, minds remembered. Remember when we thought we couldn't manage and we made it through? Remember when you learned to read? Remember when the cupboard had to be guarded from the paws of our new puppy? When the roof leaked and help arrived before we even asked? The wreath listened and became an archive you could touch, a spell woven of laughter, grief, effort, grace. When a candle was lit, it was not mere ambience, it was illumination. This is where we have been. This is what we survived. This is what we carry forward. The seeker watched quietly, the way one does when something old and true is unfolding. But what of the parts I wish I could undo? The sharp words, the wrong turns? The old grandmother of many lifetimes reached into her wreath and drew out a folded piece of paper, soft and yellowed with age. "That," she said, "holds the times I spoke before listening in the past year. I wrote them down and tucked them there, not as a punishment, but to be released and burned into ashes and returned to earth with gratitude for the lessons my shortcomings have taught me, with a prayer that I keep transforming them into strengths that will give goodness to the world. The wheel of the year can take what we feel embarrassed by and errors we wish we could undo and help us move forward into the next year in ways that will let us grow wiser, stronger, and more generous in our words and deeds." The seeker peered closer. Among the green and gold was a tiny folded nest for errors, regrets, lessons learned, and ready to be transformed into wisdom and grace. The wreath was not heavy with them. It was holding them warmly, preparing to let them turn to ashes that will feed the fertile soil of the coming year. You too can make your wreath, said old grandmother of many lifetimes, while reminding yourself, I have been here before, in this longing at these crossroads, and I lived, I learned, I grew, and I am ready to give back in service. The wheel will turn whether you watch it or not. But when you place it where your hands can reach it, when you light it with intention during the winter nights, you remember. You are not trapped in a loop. You're walking in a spiral, and each turning carries a little more wisdom and a lot more loving joy. Enjoy making your own wreath that holds the year that's to come. See you soon at the next day of our journey through the magic of holiday season with the rose and the bee.